So the first thing that we're going to look at in the Hive5 is going to be cases. So we can see here we're on the cases page and we have one example case that we've created so we can show you what cases look like, what information they hold and why they're useful to us. So we're going to click into this case and we're going to go ahead and minimize the left-hand navigation menu and we can see that we've got these three columns here. So starting in the first column we have some case properties, so things such as the case ID, who it was created by, when it was created and when it was last updated. We have some tags here such as TLP, PAP and severity. Now these are all configured during the case creation. We have the assignee, we have the status which is currently in progress because we're still investigating this alert. We have the start date, task completion helps us see how many tasks are completed and how many are pending, and contributors. So this is going to be any user that is assigned to this investigation. In this center panel here, this is where we're going to see most of the information related to the case. So we can see here we're on the general tab where we can see the case title, which is this mock phishing case. We have the tags, which we've set as phishing. We can also set other things such as email. We have description, which is where we kind of explain why we created this case and what it's being used for. So we'll go ahead and just quickly save this new tag. Now, if we go to the tasks page, this is where we can see all tasks associated with this case. Now, these can be created, and obviously we can pre-build these into case templates, which we'll talk about later. So if you've already done the phishing analysis domain, you're going to recognize these straight away. We have a task for collecting email artifacts, a task for web or file artifacts, and a task for taking defensive measures. So if we click into the email artifacts one, we're going to see this activity section, and this is where analysts can add notes to explain what they've done related to this task. So for example here, we have the subject line that we've retrieved and the sender. Now obviously if this was a real case, we'd want to be getting other things as well, such as the sending server IP, if there's any reply to addresses, the actual date and time that the email was sent, things like that. But for this example, we're just going to keep it nice and simple. Going back to the task list, we can see collect web or file artifacts. And again, we've got that activity note where we've just mentioned that we've retrieved the URL domain from the phishing link within the email. And looking at taking defensive measures, we have no activity here. This is because we haven't actually added anything into this task yet, so we can leave that one for now. Going to the observables tab, this is where we can store indicators and artifacts for case correlation. So at the bottom here, we have a data type domain, which is where we've stored the phishing domain. We have data type mail, where we have stored the sending address. Obviously, because of this mail kind of generic data type, we can use it for other things as well. We could use it to list the recipients that have received this email. We could use it for reply to addresses, things like that. And then mail subject is where we've included the subject line of the phishing email. If we go to the attachments tab, we can see that we've actually uploaded the EML file. Now this is really useful because it means if other analysts are going to be collaborating on the case but they don't have access to the original email for whatever reason, they can just download this EML, open it up, either in a text editor or a mail client, and they can take a look at the contents. Heading back to the general tab, we have this comment section here on the right hand side, and this is where we can add notes that aren't directly associated with tasks. Now this is really useful because again we can use it for collaboration. If there's multiple people working on one case, we can leave notes here and we can see what each person is working on.